Alright, let's keep at it, shall we? Woo! What you got to say, boy?
Oh, why, you little... Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He spat at me, look. Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Yeah, he's a war dog.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference.
F.
Well, you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Alistair, leave my dog alone.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Alistair messing with my fucking dog.
What your fool dog placed in my pack? A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables. Dirty Mungle can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again. I just did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Oi! Morgan!
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Ah!
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Let's talk with Sven.
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. No. Get used to disappointment. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty. I am. The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world. I have always fought in war, human. Some of them. They aren't all alike. As you wish.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? But Tairn Cousland's son should be well aware that in politics things are seldom as they seem. Say what you will of my family, we're ardent war, but here I am carried. But you see, but poor Duncan's, well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on, his pledge fulfilled. As you know, my family's name is Mutt. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last warden commander of Ferelden back when the wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Orland banished the wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles. Hard to say. After King Orland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. As for the truth, my family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldiers Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour. Well, no one's been to Soldiers Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour. Soldiers Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. We also hope to recover lost warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now. A thousand blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
We'll do that sometime.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fenny at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Ward? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was he now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment.
Enchantment!
Enchantment! Oh, the Oathkeeper. When did I get the Oathkeeper?
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that I was a merchant there too. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare art. One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around. Apparently, she believed that a pair of bracelets... He'd been lost in a cave in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the dark spot. They were made specially for him. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. nobles. They're touchy. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I've been paying these castlists the lost ties. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. That's exactly. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me. I bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. You're cool. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? Yeah. I married Sam. I took him in and I brought him with.
We left.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day he might have. He can. And well, he does seem to enjoy. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Nice. Oh, I can buy the full dragon plate if I can get the 38 strength. Which I will one day, don't worry. Oh, that's right, then there's all this free gift stuff. I know some of these are joke gifts. That's the fucking hilarious thing. Manual Ranger. Backpack. Alright. First things first. Actually, that'll be good on Alistair. With that going to her like that. Sven. Have I heard of Demio? No, I have not. Hydration, thank you, Penguin. Sorry, I only just saw your thing then.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your
Don't really need that yet. We'll keep flasks. We'll keep the... Alright, there's some stuff I don't want to keep because it's a joke gift. Origins, I am going to look this up because I don't want to build up. Yeah. Gifts for Alistair, joining Chalice, Onyx Demon, small carved. I got that. Beef found cake, tangible wall veal, oxbone. Alright. I do want that though. That's pretty good. Oh, shell just like gems. Okay. Painting, portrait, totem, mortar stand. One. Generic gifts. Gifts found by dog. Yeah, all neutral shit. Come on. Look for all the gifts I have. I know there's... Fuck me. Alright. Sorry about that. We're gonna talk to Morrigan. I'm gonna save because she is waifu in this. So we'll make sure we talk to her properly, get all her good responses. Ah, shit. Oh, I can be deleted. Yeah, you can play Payday 2 in VR. It's always been a thing. Done it before.
What do you wish of me?
Not always a thing, but it's been a thing for a long while now. Good sir.
If you must. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemets, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed.
Yes,
existed.
Penguin, what's the question you have?
My life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
Liara or Morgan? Who's Morgan? If you're talking about Morrigan, between those two, I'd pick Morrigan. The harder choice would be between Tally and Morrigan. Because Tally, best girl. Liara is great and all, but she can get fucked when it's next to Tally. And then that one's hard, and I like Morrigan a lot and her smart wit and quickness. But I also love Tally because she is very intelligent, she is very caring at the same time, and she also... Oh, you're talking about the other... Morrigan. Morrigan the whole way. It's Morrigan, not Morgan. Morrigan. Don't get me wrong, Liliana's nice, and I have done a couple where I've romanced her. But between her and Morrigan, in the first game in particular, Morrigan. Just Liliana's all good and all, and when you lower her story, it's fine. But Liliana is she's fine and all. She's a great character too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Just I'm more attracted to Morrigan. Let's be honest. It's fine. I thought you'll be like, oh, like Mass Effect versus this, and stuff like that. I was like, oh, well, yeah, that would be a good comparison though. Because I'm definitely like a goddamn fucking. I love Mass Effect, always have. Just FYI. Yeah, no, I understand. There's always a delay, but yeah, no, just thinking about it, just Liliana's fine and all, just definitely more Morrigan. I have done a Liliana once, and they're fine. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Just Liliana's not as compelling. You find out her story, and it's great and all. She has some quite good development over. You find out what she was to what she is now to everything like that. But I don't know. Just I guess the mystery of Morrigan. She's a badass bitch. She ain't gonna beat you physically, but mentally, magically, emotionally, she'll put you through the fucking ringer. And then when she actually gets attached to you, or you actually have a relationship, she's very devoted to. So I like Morrigan a lot. You know, I had to pick between Tally or Liara in Mass Effect. Tally all the fucking way. Liara is a great girl and all, but she's gone in the second one, puts Master Shepard aside for all her vengeance and everything like that. In the second one, where in the first one you don't romance Tally, but she's also willing to put everything aside to help you as soon as possible, type stuff like that. She doesn't. When you defend her on the ship for the trial, she's like, you don't have to do this, Shepard, like, you know. So, like, yeah.
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed. No, 'tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the Circle of Magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
Did you answer about the demo? I didn't hear. I said no, I haven't heard about it. Or maybe I've heard about it. A name rings a bell, but I haven't seen gameplay or anything of it.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch? Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Hey, approval from Morgan. Nice.
do you wish of me? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
That's right. We gotta wait until things go along, things develop. We can give people gifts later. Oh shit, I forgot how to give people gifts. Well, actually, no, I didn't forget how to give people gifts. This game is different.
I could get used to this, you know.
There we go. Shit. I need to... I ain't giving her that. That's for fucking sure.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
Alright, we're gonna save, we're gonna give these gifts and find out which ones people like and which ones don't, and then sell them. Why? Boom. Yeah, we're not having that in chat. Cheapest viewers! Fuck off. Alright, we're going to give people gifts and then reload, but we're going to find out what exactly people like and what they don't. Oh, no, not me. Alright, Fang. He's not going to like a protective cone, let's be honest.
I could get used to this, you know.
There we go, he likes that one. I don't think he likes that one. Yeah, I don't think he likes that one because that one is essentially...
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
She's got a fat loot, nice. Everyone has like a joke gift or another gift. She will not like the Chant of Light.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
She has a torturing Alistair doll. I like how that's what she likes. Amuse yourself by inflicting indignities on Alistair's doll. What do you want, cat? No, I'm going to let you out. You're going to want straight back in. Qunari prayers for the dead? He will not like the butterfly sword.
I am impressed. My thanks.
Recite traditional Qunari prayers. Nice. Cool. Alright, so the other stuff they won't like. I don't want to keep certain things in my stuff. Yep, that's right. For their approvals, they get stuff bonuses. We might be able to speak with more. Moderate. Nice.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
Alright, see you later.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, let's be honest. I don't know about the shield. Oh, the sticks for the dog. I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. Amulet of Marinies and Tears of Brandy. That will be one person later on. I know that. Fat loot. That Heather won't like. Won't like. Won't like. Won't like. Won't like. Won't like. I'm not sure who might like that one or dislike that one. We'll see what the options are for them. Talk to you later. Alright, see you, Penguin. You have a good one, my dude. Fang. I know you'll like a stick. Oh, I can't get any more approval from him. Jesus. Got a lot of approval from Morgan.
Interesting.
Nice. Lillian.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, she's already got that. Yeah. Okay. I know there's a certain someone who likes brandy and ale. Wait, none of those procced before? Okay, we'll talk to everyone again. Because they might have stuff for me to know now. And not doubling up on shit.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Yes.
You're welcome. I was sent to be the eyes of the Antam. The Arishok asked, "What is the Blight?" By his curiosity, I am now here. The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Cool.
Kunari have no kings. Little patience for endless questions. A portion of it. Why do you? So if this blight were in Orlais, it could consume the land with impunity. Don't strain yourself pondering that. I do not know why the Arishok sent us. He commands and I go. Yes. Never. I cannot go home. Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. As you wish.
We're going to talk to him again. Because we got a lot of approval.
You called. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was sent into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as Solus, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside.
Sorry, you see me doing that because I'm trying to read the shit under it.
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Calenhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Alright, now that we've got a lot of approval for them, we don't have to go to a lot of areas again if we talk to them and find out all this shit.
Something on your mind? Of course. Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells. Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
Essentially, they make all their top soldiers addicted, then control them completely.
You think so, huh? You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Minus 10. You being serious? Minus 10 for that?
Something on your mind? Of course. Sure. I guess if... Something on your mind? Of course. Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten. You're cute when you get... Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I... It's really... The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was sheep. I wondered that the Chantry didn't lose me. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I would never... He was. Come on, let's... Something on your mind? Of course. Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact. Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot. That? Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on the cold, hard ground, isn't it? Let's see. My mother was a servant. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough. I was young, anyhow, so off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. I suppose you're... Stupid thing to do. The Arl came by and raised my dog. All I...
One. Fuck you, Alistair.
Something on your mind? Of course. Have you seen the uniform? It's not only style... That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple... You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring. You know, I like the way you think. You're alright. If you're really... The truth, I felt like Arl Eamon had cast me off, unwanted. And I was determined to be bitter. using the... What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home? Right. We won't all... Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way, I suppose you're right. Anyhow. Something on your mind?
We're slowly building all
Of
this
course.
up.
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see." Oh, it's not that I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. That's me. Oh, and when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out. Some people, everyone ends up the same. Once you reach... Oh, that's right. We never had... Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a the taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's true. You'll always find... Not that there's... And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it. You know, Dunk, I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him. You know.
Nice. We're building up what we lost because we said the Chantry was controlling, because it fucking is! I'm not gonna lie, Alistair's a pretty good tank, but at the same time, he aggravates me so
Something
because
on
he's
your
so
mind?
fucking...
Of course. I didn't... We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time, and the man could drink. He drank. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the... Yeah, it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. I just would... What? I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companion. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. Yet he doesn't... And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you? What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision? I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life. Yes, I know. Morrigan. Do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with them. Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch. No. Sure. Beautiful, just like something that's also dangerous. Yes! Enough.
Like a dragon or a storm? Yes! Yes! That's it! Yes, you have it!
Something on your mind? Of course.
I don't think the dog will have anything new. Good boy. Good boy. I'll pat my cat while I'm at it. We don't have a dog, so trust me. I'm jealous. Ah.
Something I can help with? What is meant by someone like me? Did you think I was... The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. The Chantry doesn't... And... something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? I knew that in it... My and the darkness drew me in. I suppose I did. When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as everyone knew that Bush was dead. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith. In my dream, there are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything? That is why you... Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Well, I was born in Orlais. I did not... She was quite old then, and she had me... But enough about... Something I can help with?
Kind of just skipping through some people's
What's
things.
on your mind? And always floating above that all, the chant. Oh, up, and you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais. I left. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes. Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes. Well, there. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with... The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just... They're sturdy Oh, I... Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. Any land that was touched. Of course, Orlesians in... She learned to wield the sword. Now in those days, no woman would... Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he. The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's... And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of... I know one. Told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth? Ah, are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? I suppose that's possible. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and was... And then one day, a young poet... The last of... They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter. Which one? Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and the elves claimed the dales in the south. But others, still fiercely... Andraste was burnt at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter. The Tevinter Chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments, Hessarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed her, dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
She likes telling stories. Tell me all your stories. Give me any side quest you can. I must know everything.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Last person talk. Okay. No. Last one, we're going to talk to Margaret.
I await your command.
Oh?
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, it was to the trees. For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds. She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been. They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror. I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I? Beg pardon then, while I jump for joy. What is it you asked? For me? In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. Would you not do this? For all that I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for. Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once he pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified. Men are always... I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. The point being that I was able to move through human land. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting? To begin with, yes. What is the point of There were... I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again. Yes. Well, let's get on.
Yeah. Here you are.
It's cold in my tent, all alone. So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm? Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
Just in case. I don't know what YouTube would do. / Twitch. It should be fine considering they have some sort of clothing on, but Oh god, the creepy eyes. It is definitely an early game, man.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated. Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. natural prowess, driven by a darker side. That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not? Then we should get along marvelously. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
Witch Gone Wild. Oh, I forgot this was made back in the 2010s. Early, like just before 2010. Of course it's got Gone Wild. Oh. Jesus Christ. An adult reference in a video game.
I have something for you. Tis a ring. Now before you get any foolish notions, let me explain. Flemeth once gave me the ring because it allowed her to find me no matter where I went, in case I was ever captured by hunters. I disabled its power as soon as we left the wilds. Recently, however, I thought to change it. Now, I will be able to find whoever wears it instead. It is not given out of sentimentality. I believe you are too important to risk. If you were captured, this ring would allow the rest of us to find you. You are welcome.
Where is it, jury? Morgan's ring. There you go. 2 willpower. Jesus, alright.
So, full of questions, are you? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. What is there to speak of? Do you wish me to tell you how wonderful you are? Shall I say you are virile and manly? An odd question, is it not? What do you foresee? Marriage? Children? Shall we settle in the countryside? You paint the shed while I bake the bread? What do I want? I'm a rather curious and frustrating man. Is what you already possess not enough? Must you... Enough. I grow tired of this topic.
Yes, let's frustrate the shit out of her. Return what she has done to us. Oh, not that she frustrates us, but hey, I could become a Templar. I need. I can get that next level. Nice. 28 strength, 28 strength, 28 strength. That requires 25 in level 12. Alright, we're gonna